When Monroe was 2, she did something that I will never forget. She did something that will make me afraid of what she's capable of for the rest of her life. She was 2, she was really into binkies. Like really into binkies. And if you don't know what a binky is just a pacifier. But really it's baby smoke. Like a baby vape pen. That's a good analogy, if you've seen a kid who really needs binkies, or if you've, seen somebody who's like a chain smoker. It's the same kind of personality. Like if they don't have their drug, they get really just tense, really just, negative, pessimistic. And like with the smoker, they first get that hit if they had, no cigarettes for like 8 hours, they get real relaxed, positive, way cooler to be around. Same with the kid who needs a binky. No binky, she was just, really frustrating. Just like, no, I'm not tired. No, I'm not tired. No. Sorry about that. I'm going to go lay down. It's just so easy with the binky. And she was super into binkies when she was 2. To go to bed at night, she had to have a binky in her mouth, 1 in each hand, 10 to 15 more binkies scattered around the crib. So she could sleep in a binky paradise. And if she let go of one, she could flail around and hit one before she really got going, And they expected that level of junkie to go cold turkey in 1 day. It's an unreasonable premise. About 2 weeks after the band, they started catching her with binkies. She was sneaking them in. I love how they caught her. She kept going to the same corner of the daycare, this one dark corner. They noticed an hour in, she'd walk over there. She'd use her body as a shield, take the binky out of her pocket, take a couple hits, put it back. Hey guys, just checking out the corner. Might want to dust it eventually. Their response cracked me up. Their response was to start patting her down on her way into daycare. Like she's a tiny felon trying to get a shiv into the reading room. So then her pop-pop, her grandpa, her mom's dad, he got embarrassed about this. He didn't like her getting patted down. And so he starts patting her down at home so she can't bring a binky from the house. And for a while, there's like a 2 pat-down period. For a week or 2, she was getting patted down at home and at daycare. During that little window, she still snuck in the binky. And it's crazy how she did this. We figured out how she did it. Just the planning and manipulation that went into this at 2 years old. She knew that Pop-Pop always, got her dressed for school or daycare at the same location by the front door. So she knew that, so she hid a binky by the front door, let Pop-Pop get her dressed, and then she would cup the binky in her hand, and then give Pop-Pop like a fake hug. Just, hug Pop-Pop! Hug Pop-Pop! She wasn't trying to hug him because she was being extra affectionate. She needed to get close. So she could drop the binky into his front shirt pocket, and then let him unknowingly transport it to daycare. Just an accessory in a little daycare felony. She would let Pop-Pop get the contraband through customs, right, as she got patted down a second time, and then be like, hug Pop-Pop, hug Pop-Pop. Then cup the binky, take it back out of, his pocket, put it back into her pocket, and then just walk in like a champion. Incredible. After all that, they still took the binky, which I felt like was the wrong message. If I'm working at daycare, she keeps it. Firstly, out of respect for what she's already accomplished, and second, out of fear of what she may do next. Kyler was usually easier to kind of get along with. The only thing that was frustrating when he was a little kid is he was a huge know-it-all when he was like a toddler. And toddlers are the worst kind of know-it-alls because they know absolutely nothing. But he would still try to argue. He would try to argue just nonsense, just constantly. I'd be reading him a bedtime story, and I'm like, when the jaguar walked through the forest, that's a tiger. One of us can read. As I was saying, the jaguar walked... It's a tiger! Okay, let's play a game. Raise your hand if you graduated high school. Raise your hand if you can eat a pancake and not have syrup in your hair 10 hours later. It's a jaguar, you little jerk. He was real talkative, too, when he was young. That could get kind of old, Like, really chatty all the time. Like when you have your first kid, you find out how much you can love another human being. And then they start talking. And you find out how much you can love and be irritated by the same human being. He just never stops talking. And it was just nonsense, just gibberish, weird questions. The course of any given day, I would have a thought of I could not love him any more than I do. And then maybe 2 minutes later, I would think, if he doesn't shut up, I'm gonna leave him at the next gas station. Driving around a talkative, 2 or 3-year-old is like having an insane parrot super glued to your shoulder. Bach, why is there air, Bach? I eat dirt, Bach. I leave carrots in the couch, Bach. I'm little. I'm big, Bach. What are you talking about, parrot? You don't make no sense. Bach, why are you crying, Bach? Why are you writing a note? What does goodbye mean? Killing my soul, parrot. Now that my son's getting older, he's kind of getting into things that I like, which is cool. Like I was really into comic books for a while as a kid. Kind of was into those now too. And he has the same taste. He's a Superman guy. He's not a Spider-Man guy, which I appreciate. I have a hard time respecting people who care about Spider-Man. He's one of the dumbest superheroes ever created. He has dumb powers. It's like, you're a superhero. What can you do? I got a web. Pew, pew. All right. Can you fly or anything? More of a swinger. I can swing from my web. Pew, pew, pew. They always show him dominating an urban environment because that's the only place he could. I'd like to see Spider-Man save somebody in the Midwest out in some cornfield. Good luck swinging from an ear of corn. They said Spider-Man 3 in Lincoln, Nebraska. That's going to be a slow movie. It's going to be 2 hours of Spider-Man constantly swinging around the only tall building in town. Just come closer so I can help! Just roll credits. My kids are starting to like horror movies, but I have to be careful which ones I let them watch. Because horror movies to little kids are like kind of a movie, but kind of a documentary. Like that stuff is still very, very real to them. My kids both still, kind of believe in monsters, to the point that they have to have the light left on in the hallway at night, because they're afraid that a monster could find them, get in their room, and do some damage. It's crazy that they believe that, And also, like, how dumb is that they think a light would stop a monster? I thought the same thing as a kid, but it makes no sense. It's like, let me get this straight. You believe in an evil paranormal entity. They can travel in between dimensions, stalk you to your room, but you also believe that 60 watts is going to shut down their entire operation. Like they're going to make it all the way there and be like, well, I guess we just go back now. No, he's got a light on. We can't get him. I don't have the heart to tell them that if a monster gets in our house, it's going to tear our family apart. It's like, dude, it's a monster. If anything, it's going to find them first because they're lit up and easy to spot. Their stepmom, Lindsay, and I will hear their screams and sneak out under the cover of darkness. Maybe start a new family.